It was more than likely windy before I stepped outside. Just being a little bit dramatic. Shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, and my TikTok fam. Those are for you guys when possible. Let's talk about it really quickly. I'm not gonna be out here too long. It's too cold. Look, y'all. Women love this type of guy. Okay, kind of guy you are, the Sigma wolf, the unbothered, nonchalant kings of this concrete jungle. You guys are, we are unbothered. We can't be bothered, you know what I'm saying? We can't be taken out of our frame. They can't do anything to cause us to be disturbed. We can't be shaken or stirred. We are no James Bond drink. Now listen, this applies to women, but it also applies to haters. You can have haters out here that's gonna always have something to say. Myself, I have haters every time I go to a grocery store. I'll end up having a hater one-on-one. I say this, that works there. It's always a guy, always trying to be cute in front of other women, cracking jokes and saying things and that, but you don't care. Now let me tell you what women see when they can tell that you aren't bothered. Hang on. They try to gaslight you. Listen, it turns them on. There's nothing that they like more than a man that can't be bothered. And it's not just being unbothered, but it's just a nonchalantness about it. You know, you have a nonchalant. See, they want to say that you're, you know, a little strange. They want to believe that, you know, you being in your own little world, you know, and that you're kind of aloof. And that's not the case. You're just tapped in and in flow, and you can't be bothered. You're nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? Women love a nonchalant king. I mean, you can't be taken off your throne. You'll have women try you through words. You'll have women try you in person. You'll have people try. It doesn't bother you because you've mastered the art of stoicism. The Stoics know that other people's perspective is not only however they want to believe, you know, it's none of your business. So when someone tries to project their perspective onto you, you know, it don't really bother you because, again, however they feel about you and what they think about what you should do or what you have done or who you are is none of your business. And you really don't care. And women love this. Now, even the women who have an opinion of you and they try to project, I mean, every woman does. They can't help themselves. They think that they're there to better you. When you're like, yeah, I don't believe so. You know, and I also don't think that you should really be having that much of an opinion about what I do, and I didn't ask for it. And then you walk away. And see, the best part about your nonchalantness is the ability to walk away. It's a superpower. So with the ability, the cutoff game, walk away game, being nonchalant and being unbothered, man, that triad right there makes you into the kind of guy that I'm pretty much sure that 95% of all women will desire. Now I know you're like, well, I'm not the 666. Well, you know, a lot of women look past certain things whenever you're the kind of guy that they can't get their hands on. It's like you're elusive. They, you know, you're mysterious. They can't quite figure you out and they can't quite get their hands on you. It's like, you know, as soon as they feel like they figured you out and they got you almost to the point where they're orbiting and they think that you're paying attention and you might reach out to them, you disappear like a thief in the night. Gotta be quicker than that. You know what I'm saying? And again, you would think this would throw them off. No. They desire you and obsess over you more. And then other women, you know, are doing this and they start noticing other women doing this. So now the beehive's after you. It's like a little game to them almost. It's like, I just want to be able to get to the nonchalant king. I want to figure out how can I penetrate his defenses. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I get on his inner circle? You know, how can I get him to open up to me? I want to know what he does during the day. It's none of their business, okay? It's none of their business. And you're showing them that when a man has to put his foot down because of modern society and modern dating, it's not the same way with the woman. She gets drunk enough, she likes you, you know, you might be able to get the draws. With the man, it's like, listen, I told you, I don't like toxic women. I don't like women that play mind games. I don't like women that are out here trying to manipulate men into approaching them first. I don't like that kind of woman. I'm not gonna deal with that kind of woman. And you know what I'm saying? Most women are this kind of woman. Because I'm gonna tell you something. It terrifies women to think that there's a world coming up soon where they might have to approach to get good men. It terrifies them. Them and the machine are working together to try to make sure that never happens. It's already too late. Good men are already leaving. Young bucks that used to, you know, clean up these old saber-tooths and mountain lions and cougars are no more. They're like, absolutely not. We're not going to be over here, you know, taking the scraps from what Unc, you know what I'm saying, and our pops is telling us, listen, keep it trucking. You can do better. Get yourself into a better place in your life so you're putting yourself to where women of a higher caliber will be orbiting you. Why settle for the woman you can get now when you can get a better woman in a year or two, or when you're in a better place? Don't do it to yourself. Save your seed. Don't get an in-between woman, you know, when you know that you need to be building, and that woman's gonna drain you no matter what. So why are you wasting your time for a quick nut? Be better. And that's what we're doing. Hey, what's going on, Reggie? What's going on? Games and toxicity isn't tolerated here. Gets them terminated fast. ... Absolutely. You know, and, you know, women don't understand what toxic is. Or maybe I should phrase it like this, because women do know when they're being toxic. Women don't know that we can tell that they're being toxic now. Yeah. And we can tell the difference between a good woman, and we're no longer in our ego, women, ladies and females. We're no longer in our ego. We don't need to have the best looking woman with 1,500 bodies to her name just because we want to brag to the guys like, yeah, look at her, she's a baddie. That woman is a shell of a woman she used to be. She's just a face. We don't care no more. We're like, you know what? We'll take a mediocre, you know what I'm saying, adjustable 6 or 7 in the face with a fit body that eats healthy and will be my peace mate. You know what I'm saying? Over some 10, you know, that has been ran through, passed around, and left over. And here I am batting cleanup. I'll never be the Chad that alpha widowed her. And I don't want to be the guy that has to pay her bills and deal with all these kids out of wedlock from the other men that's been with her, from the bad life choices and relationships she's put herself into. Hey, what's going on, Chill Trucker? What's going on? You know what I mean? Absolutely, absolutely. Gentlemen, we're at a place right now where we're being acknowledged for being bougie kings, being nonchalant, and enough men are talking back to where not only are women seeing that, man, these dudes, they got words for us, but we're like watching each other and we're like building off of it, you know? We're almost jonesing these chicks at this point, man. I be seeing some dudes that be dropping some bombs on these women, man. Pause. YouTube, sorry about that. They be dropping some words, man. They be dropping some words, man. And these women be like, listen, man, it be grown women that these guys will just sit there nonchalantly. A nonchalant king will be like, yeah, you know, you women don't make any sense. You be talking about blah, blah, these guys, these men, blah, blah, but you keep ending up with the same type of guy. Make it make sense. It'd be better than that or whatever. But the women will be like, close your mouth. Even one of the dudes, I think he was the Satanist center, dude was like, chick dropped her mouth, and he nonchalant goes, oh, please close your mouth. It's not time for that. Oh my goodness, dude. Look, man, look, they are getting relentless work from all corners, man. So they can't say, oh, it's a certain group of sassy men. We're all sassy. We're all sassy, dude. You got big dudes being sassy. You got fit dudes being sassy. You got skinny dudes being sassy. You got Pookie and Ray Ray being sassy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like, whoa. We can't call them that no more. They're all doing it. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're just defending ourselves, taking up for ourselves, and no longer allowing you to mentally manipulate us into thinking that we're supposed to deal with whatever you're giving us and say nothing about it, like some victims. Are you serious? No. Whenever someone identifies themselves as your op, believe them the first time. If they want to be our op, then we show them, and we're showing them, how men go against an op. How when men have to get things done, see, I thought that we were so separated with these different types of us and different groups. No. That's just like different units of the army or different branches, you know what I'm saying, of the military. When we gotta go to war and handle some business, we put all that BS aside. We got specialists that do this, got our Marines, you know, we got our Navy SEALs, we got our Green Berets, we got our infantrymen, we got our scouts, we got all kind of stuff going on. And they're seeing organization on levels they never imagined. Men are so fed up, we're thinking with our big head instead of our little head. They can't control us. It's getting scary out here, and it's getting scarce. What can they do? Absolutely nothing, you know? And then the way that we're just like, you know, look, this is what it is. This is what it's gonna be. And they're like, oh, you're sassy. Oh, you guys, you know, just go overseas then. We don't want you anyway. And we're like, okay, fine with us. You know what I mean? Whatever. And go about our day. You know what I'm saying? The cleanup guys, I was always around. Absolutely. They love those cleanup guys. I was buying some liquor the other day, getting ready. I had to go walk in the store, feel my hand to open her mouth and say, man, look, when they go out of their way to speak to you, see, you know what gets me? And just like that woman said, that ignorant stuff, you know what gets me? There's a lady on Facebook who's consistently trying to send me these weird messages where she's like, you know, throwing jabs. But I think that women think it's cute to consistently throw little jabs at us and consider it flirting, because we don't consider it that. You know what I'm saying? See, and I bet the fact that you paid her no attention, and that's what made her say something, because, you know, they think that saying something nice to you is something that women shouldn't do. So they got to say something ignorant to you, and they feel like they can say whatever they want to say, but the minute you say something back to them mirroring that same energy, it's a problem. You know, if you're paying them no attention and they're used to getting attention, they're going to take it personal and say some ignorant stuff to you to offend you. And then when you say something like, excuse me, don't be sensitive, it's not that serious, you know, listen, no one made you say nothing. Like, you were minding your business, trying to get your, you know what I'm saying, your liquor out of there, whatever. No one made her run up on you and run her mouth. No one made her do that. And it's not you ain't even got to interact with her. You know what I'm saying? That forced interaction, you know, if you wanted to, you could have just, you know, walked right off like she didn't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's getting crazy out here, man. Absolutely. Man, I told you, like, the other day, I go in these places, I'm always smiling and stuff, and I'm telling you, I just bother people. And there's this dude, he might be watching me right now, you know what I'm saying? But he just loves to just take little jabs at me, man. He be saying little weird stuff too, man. And the other day I was at the register, because he works there, and he was saying this weird stuff. There's a woman there. I'm like, I don't know, this dude's trying to impress this lady. You know what I'm saying? Which is really weird. She was like super old, and she farted too, which, you know, it pissed me off. She's in there, either her or that dog farted. She had a little small dog. Either her or that dog farted. But I don't like that, man. See, that's why I give everybody space. My mouth was open, dude. This woman just sitting there farting in line, and then they were just sitting there talking to each other for a long time, and I didn't know. I walked right into that. I was like, man, and he's over here like, oh, what's going on, Buttercup? And tell me Buttercup for. I'm like, man, you know, I'm over here. I had to step back, you know what I'm saying, from the cloud, and be like, you know, when you're a guy on your purpose and you're super handsome, man, you will literally be having dudes flirting with you, and you know what I'm saying, you want nothing to do with dudes. You know what I mean? You're all in a, and dudes be trying to find slick ways. I said all this stuff in front of this other woman, and she was laughing. He was like, oh, well, you know what? I'll just start that. Like, man, look, man, I'm not gonna go back. People try to do their best to knock you off your energy. Like, cause that guy, when he says stuff, he'll say it and then he'll just stare at me. He'll say it and then just stare at me. He'll be like, hey, what's going on? And if I don't pay him no attention and I walk by, he'll try to say it louder or whatever. And then I'm just like, he said multiple things too. This ain't the only thing. When I used to walk around, cause you know, he works at one of these stores right over here. So I used to walk around shirtless or whatever. I'd go up, he's like, hey, you that guy back here, you know what I'm saying, with his titties out and da-da-da-da, titties out. I was like, brother, I know we're not comparing chests with each other here, okay? This guy's super out of shape. But it's just like, I've just added up the different little slights he's trying to drop. And it's the third one. And I'm just like, God, this dude is a hater. And then it's the look that they give you when they want to see you out of your comfort zone. It's like it bothers them that you're so comfortable. Like this dude would say something ignorant and then they sit there and look at me. And I'd be like, yeah, I just smile and like, yeah, I'm saying, hey, so you gonna ring that up for me? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really just don't. I used to when I was going through my healing process, like, because people want it when you're on your journey, man, and you're anointed, dude. People really can't stand the favor you have on you to where God doesn't, because my son's the same way. My son never gets worked up about nothing. Like, no matter what we've gone through this past year, year or two, he just been like sitting there chilling, like looking like another day. Like he knows everything will be okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like with me, like everybody, my dad was like, I'm surprised you went. How are you surprised? You're supposed to have all the faith in me in the world. You know, all I'm saying is like, it wasn't no surprise to me. You know, but people don't like that kind of anointing you have where you can't be bothered. Like it doesn't get to you what's going on. Like God is giving you a map in your head. And every time something pops up, God gives you an alternate route to go to. In my head, I see like, oh, okay, well, can't do that. I'll just reroute and do this. I do it all the time. Like it's never like, oh, like this weekend, my pipes froze over. Somebody took $404 out of my account. And what was that third thing that happened? Oh man, I was up all night because I had to get this paperwork to my attorneys, man. And you know, I had plenty of time to do it, but I didn't know it was gonna be due on the 25th. So I was like, oh, you know what I mean? All day I was underneath the house with the portable heater, you know what I'm saying? Freezing my butt off, trying to get those pipes started. And it was just like, I just do whatever I gotta do to, you know what I'm saying? You know, get myself back to where I need to be. I'll make sure I keep the water dripping this time. And yeah, it wasn't nothing like, oh, it's cold out here, I gotta, no man, I think I even dropped a video yesterday or something. You know, it's just like, when you know God's got you, you stay nonchalant. And this kind of energy, I'm trying to tell you, that's the overall energy that women like the most, that just unbothered, nonchalant, like they interpret it like no matter what's gonna happen, he's gonna make sure everything works out. And God ain't gonna let nothing happen to him. And you know, when you never really get worried about nothing, it really has an effect on women around you. And it ain't gotta be a woman you're dating. They could be women that just like watching your content. They might be around the kind of guy that every little thing that comes up, he freaks out. So they just be watching guys like you or me or whatever at work or, you know, online that don't stress things. Like they watch you overcome things the way a man's supposed to, and they're surprised. They're thrown back. They're, you know, taken, man, this is how men handle things. Yes, a classic man, a traditional man, you know, a nonchalant king, doesn't get worked up and stressed over the slightest things. You know, even if things are going on, even if, you know, the person gets a little bit, you know, bothered by things, you know how we are, you know, we shake it off and get back to doing what we got to do. No matter what comes up, you know, I seen this on one of these podcasts I watched, but no matter what comes up, men are able to suffer in silence, like they said, suffer in silence and continue to get the mission done. Like, you know, you can just watch my journey on my main channel, King David the Chosen, and this one, you can see me going from, you know, being homeless, having to stay with my dad, you know, right after I had separated from my ex, to where I'm at right now. You know, men are able to suffer in silence. I was homeless for a while, suffer in silence and still get the work done. And like the woman said on that podcast, she said women aren't able to do that. Women, when they suffer, they're not getting nothing done. They're not able to overcome. And no, if they're suffering, they got to go through their suffering, some healing, and then, you know what I'm saying, rebuild. Men can do it simultaneously. So we're just built like that. Suffer in silence. Ignore people. They hate to be. Absolutely, man. I'll be ignoring the crap out of people. I just be smiling too, man. I don't, because I can see what they're doing. We got the eyes to see. It's like, bro, like, you just saying stuff to try to get a reaction out of me. And then you start thinking about, why does somebody want to get a reaction out of you? Because you're nonchalant, you're looking good. You know, the women are walking in there looking at you. Like, dudes do little weird stuff like that when they know a lot of women watch you. They want to be the one that's like kind of bullying you. Like you ever seen them kind of guys that like to, when the women are around, they want to put on a show? You know what I'm saying? Like one of them kind of dudes, right? Like, yeah, you working too hard, man. They ain't gonna stop. And again, like, I just don't even, I know exactly what's going on. So it keeps me from even thinking twice about even entertaining that level of low IQ stupidity. Oh, could be some hate. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's definitely some hate. Oh man, yeah, I think my Cash App's below. I think it's King David. I think it's King David the Chosen. But I'll make sure it's listed below. Man, I gotta start making sure I post my Cash App. I appreciate you, brother, man. Salute. Salute, my brother, man. Absolutely. I'll make sure I list it below, and I'll post it on my community tab. I gotta make sure I promote that more often. You guys, I will be having merch coming soon. I just, you know, I know you guys want to support me. I can see other content creators out there talking about supporting me, and I appreciate it. Don't think that I'm not thinking about it. I just, the divorce thing going on. I got this other situation going on. I got 2 different attorneys I'm talking to, man. And I'm not trying to be forking over too much money all at once. So I'm gonna get that popping off here soon, get things back, you know, in order. I've learned this one thing too, man. Like, when I have stuff going on in the background, I have to make sure I have whatever I'm doing in the foreground, like in the front, you know what I'm saying, in the forefront as well. Like, I can't focus too much, because I got lawyers working on it. It don't really matter. And I have to learn how to have all that stuff running in the background while also moving in silence, but also maintaining what I have going on in the, you know, forefront, so everything is consistent no matter what's going on. It's keeping the energy really good. So make sure I do that, you know, this year, moving forward. What else got going on here? That's facts. Okay, so you know, I'm seeing a movement of women talking junk about us. They're having a problem with us focusing on ourselves. Like, it's really strange. So, you know, you had these women talking junk about men using women, and then now that guys are working on themselves, trying to be the best version of themselves, and then represent themselves to women properly. Like, this is what we're doing. We're becoming the best version of ourselves, so we can present ourselves. All women talk about is money. So us trying to get our bread up is only going to make us a better version of the man that most women should want. A man with money, business know-how, stability, all that kind of stuff. The older a man gets, the more mature he gets anyway. So this woman trying to make a point about, why are men talking about waiting to find the woman they want after they build themselves, instead of getting a woman now and building themselves simultaneous. It's not possible. It's not possible. That's why. You can't build yourself and have a woman. You will have a huge liability, draining all of your mental capacity, physical capacity. And anytime she sees you happy, she's gonna do whatever it takes. And I'm not saying all women are this way. I'm just trying to say women are super competitive. And if you're trying to build something and she's not super inclusive with it, then she's gonna sabotage you. I'm trying to tell you. You know, so why wouldn't you want a man to build himself up? Because y'all don't like building with us anyway. So you want to wait at the finish line. So why? It don't make any sense. It's almost counterproductive. What it really is women want to have their way. They want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to be able to manipulate us. They want us to be able, they want to still be able to have access to our resources and money while we're trying to build. The fact that we're locking everything down, they're having to pay for things, and they don't like doing that kind of stuff. So we're getting pushback. Like, oh, we don't care, man. We understand something. There are women turning 21, 22, 23, and 24, and 25, for those of you who don't feel like their frontal cortex is fully developed until 25, every day. And men don't have to worry about aging out. So what is the hurry? You don't understand. We are all humans, but men and women are different. Since everything about us is different, we can think different. You know, y'all have a good time and rush life and all this stuff and cram it all within a 10 to 12 year period, right? Between 21 and like 33, 34. And men, we have until we stop walking and, you know, we pass on. We get better with age. Every old guy, man, you got these men out here upgrading themselves, man, and getting better women and getting rid of these. Listen, don't ever think as a woman your marketplace value goes up. For men, it doesn't. It really just goes down. So, you know, y'all got to rethink things. Not going to tell you how to do it, but y'all got to rethink things. 50 Cent, absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Because he says 50 Cent is a mogul. He is one of the people to look at, right? You got like 50 Cent, you got, you know, Cat Williams, you got other men, these men out here that are, you know, Corey Holcomb, you got men out here that's, you know, some of them made mistakes and, you know, were married once, but never doing it again. Because, you know, you can still get the woman you want, and that woman will be understanding to your situation. If your money is right, you're a mogul, and you're, 50 Cent will never have a problem or a shortage of women. Like, period, point blank, man. You know, and a lot of these guys are paving the way for us, so we can do the same thing. You know, we can keep ourselves out of the institution of marriage and out of the court systems, and just live our best lives and put money where we need to, and not feel guilty to fall for the same trap that our fathers and forefathers have done when we're not getting the same thing in return as they were. We're not getting nowhere near. And it's incentivized for women to act this way. And if they're in the West, they're not going to change. They're not going to change until they see that there's no other option. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So we're going to keep it trucking. But I'm pretty sure it's King David the Chosen. That's my Cash App, you guys. King David the Chosen. I am going to start promoting my Cash App, my Patreon, because I'm going to put some really deep stuff on my Patreon. Gentlemen, little face washing hack. You know, when you're doing your face wash or whatever, make sure you wash your hands, you know, very thoroughly before you wash your face with your facial soap or whatever. Make sure that, I mean, I use dial soap, man, make sure my hands are super clean, but make sure that when you're applying your lotion or whatever afterwards, do not use your fingers. Don't touch your face. My face is cleared up a whole lot. I'm just telling you what I know. Use Q-tips. Use Q-tips to apply whatever afterwards. You know what I'm saying? That way, you know what I mean, you're not putting the oils from your fingers and the dirt underneath your nails and stuff like that on your face. You know what I'm saying? Right after you've washed it and gotten it clean. So make sure you're using Q-tips. That's a tip of the day for my routines that I maintain daily to get myself to be the best version of myself, to look the best version of myself. We want to make sure that we're healing our skin. We want to make sure that we're cleaning our skin, because, you know, your face has those face mites and things of that nature, man. So you have to make sure you're washing your face regularly, making sure your pores aren't clogged up, but also making sure that you're not touching your face with your oily fingers after you've cleaned it. All right? Anyway, love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay blessed. I might hop back on here later on and do a reaction video. I feel so good, man. I got to get on TikTok and do my thing, but I got to feed my son first, and then I'll be back. So peace, love, and light. I'm your brother, y'all. Hit that like button, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like. Support your brother. Hit that like button. Now more than ever, we're blowing up. You guys are doing it. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Smash it, man. We're going big time. Let's do it.